ожидании повышения процентной ставки Федрезервом большинство мировых валют почувствовало давление американского доллара. Июль 2015 года индекс валюты США завершил с максимальным приростом с начала года. Трейдеры рассчитывают на ужесточение монетарной политики уже в сентябре. В ходе конференции ShowFx Asia в Сингапуре мы решили узнать экспертное мнение от авторитетных специалистов валютного рынка относительно дальнейшей динамики индекса доллара США.
How do you think the dollar index will change by the end of 2015?
Well, the dollar index should actually drop, in my opinion, by the end of the year, simply because if the U.S. Federal Reserve decides to increase interest rates and discontinue any type of quantitative easing, it's going to change the complexion of the dollar index, and that will cause it to drop. So I'm anticipating that by the end of 2015 this year, we'll see a lower dollar index.
The US dollar will depend largely on what Janet Yellen does with her next rate move. A lot of people are speculating that she would be raising rates, and if she does raise rates in September or maybe even by December, we're going to see the dollar take a little spike, then maybe a little bit of a correction thereafter. But moving forward, if she keeps raising interest rates from 0 upward to maybe 3 on the average and 5 on the high, we should see the dollar stabilize, round about maybe between the 1 to 2% rate hike. You should see it stabilize on the dollar index. It should be round about maybe 87 to 85.
I think the U.S. dollar before the end of the year is really going to be largely contingent upon the Federal Reserve. Right now, the market is pricing in about a 20% chance of a September rate hike. Personally, I've never thought September was viable, so we might see a fraction of a hike prior to the end of the year. If we continue to see further correction in the equities markets, then that would be put off to 2016. So the U.S. dollar will probably not really make any material gains against any of the other currencies, also because the other currencies do not want to strengthen. So the U.S. dollar will maintain its general strength, but probably will not weaken because the other currencies don't want to be bought up. So, but overall, we're still very bullish the U.S. dollar, but I think the Fed rate increases are going to be extremely, potentially painfully slow. So I think that the U.S. dollar is slightly stronger, but only modestly.
If you ask me for my take on the US dollar by the end of the year, would be, the US market is, the US, the Federal Reserve, they have plans to increase their interest rate, and then there's a lot of speculation on when would it exactly be. Of course, when the interest rate does increase, you can expect the US dollars to start shooting up, and there is a lot of things that a lot of traders are anticipating, and they are expecting it to be soon. But given the recent market crash, I was not saying market crash, because in the recent market plunge, the Federal Reserve will probably think twice about probably would not release their increase their interest rates. Probably, maybe let's say this year. We will not know. Who knows, right? All I'm saying is that the US dollar would steadily, I would say, in the overall prospect, US dollar should be going up by the end of the year. And once the interest rate has been increased, has been released, then the US dollars will be it's still and will be the stable denominator for a lot of among all the other currencies. So my take for the US dollar is the upside would be definitely stronger than the downside.